10 Nasty Habits That Decrease Your Golf Score, a video about bad golfing habits and how to stop them to get a better score. There are lots of bad habits that can hurt your golf game. I'll recommend you watch this video and learn about the 10 bad habits that decrease your golf score. Bad grip. One of the most important parts of your golfing swing is your grip. If a player has a bad grip, it can cause many problems with their swing. A good grip should be relaxed and not too tight. You don't want to squeeze the club so hard that the head gets stuck behind you during your backswing. It should also be slightly turned to the right. Left-handed players, just enough for comfort but not so much that it affects how much power is put into each shot. Lastly, make sure you set up on the club properly before taking any practice swings or hitting balls off into a net, clubhouse wall, car window, etc., because this helps ensure that everything feels comfortable when playing an actual round at a course or driving range, or against an angry neighbor. Bad setup. Setup is one of the most important parts of your golf game. If you want to hit the ball straight, and with more power, consistency and accuracy, starting at setup is the first step. Good setup will help you make better contact with the ball. It will allow you to create a good angle between your body and club head, which will lead to fewer slices and hooks, more draws and fades, higher drives, more consistent shots, more control over distance, etc. Bad setup can result in erratic play that affects all aspects of your game, including ball flight, direction, shape and rollout. Keep your head down. The most important thing to remember about your golf swing is that it starts with your head. If you want to keep your head down, you'll have to keep it in the right place. When you're taking a swing, don't lift your head up too high. It's tempting to look at the ball when you're swinging, but if you do this too much, it will throw off your balance and make it harder for you to hit the ball straight. If you're looking at the ball while you're swinging, then your body will be bent over too far forward or backward, which can cause your backswing or downswing to be off balance. You'll notice that if someone has their head up while they're swinging, they often end up twisting their body around so that they can see where their club is going after contact with the ball, which means they don't know where it was going before. This is called a reverse pivot, and it's really bad for golfers because it makes them more likely to lose control over their club during contact with an object like a ball or a tree branch. Too much backswing. One of the most common problems that golfers face is having too much backswing. This causes them to lose distance, accuracy and control. To fix this issue, you could practice keeping your lower body still as you swing the club. You could also try changing the position of your hands on the club before hitting a shot so that it swings easily in the direction you want it to go without forcing yourself into an awkward position. Swing above plane of swing. The plane of your swing is the angle at which your club face is pointed during the backswing, downswing, and follow-through. If you are swinging above your plane of swing, it means that when practicing or playing, you are swinging up and then down into the ball. To fix this problem, keep your hands in front of you through impact as much as possible. Keep an open stance, feet apart, with a slight lean away from the target on both sides throughout the entire motion to ensure that there's some side-to-side motion happening along with putting weight forward into impact. Hands ahead of club head at impact. This is a common problem among golfers, especially amateurs. Your hands should be ahead of your club head at impact, as this creates a good angle of attack and helps you hit down on the ball. If your hands aren't in front of, or very close to, your club face at impact, then you'll tend to hit up on the ball and send it flying in an unpredictable direction. The fix: make sure that you're hitting down on the ball when making contact with it instead of hitting up or across, which will also cause slices. To do this, simply try to keep your hands as far behind the face as possible until just before impact. This will help ensure that they're in front by then. Hanging back on your heels after impact. Hanging back on your heels after impact is bad. The reason this is a bad habit is that it causes you to have a weak grip and an open club face at address, which means that when you swing the club, it will have a tendency to fly out to the right. For right-handed golfers, if you're having trouble with this, try fixing it by keeping your ball position forward in your stance and bending over more at address as if you were about to squat down. This will help prevent hanging back on your heels during impact. Bad release and follow through. Bad release and follow through are two elements that can lead to a loss of distance. Follow-through is important for good ball striking, and a good grip can help with this. A good setup can also help with follow-through, and a good swing will help you keep the club on plane longer, which will leave you in a better position to strike the ball cleanly. If you feel like your swing has become poor or that your distance has decreased recently, make sure to practice these elements at home. Relax your grip during turn. It is important to keep your grip firm during the swing. However, most players tend to relax their grip as they approach the ball during their backswing. Relaxing too much can lead to a loss in power and control, so it is crucial that you maintain a tight hold on your club throughout the entire backswing. The same thing applies for your follow-through. You should maintain a tight grip through impact and release until after impact. If this isn't something that comes natural to you, try practicing with a towel wrapped around your hands while executing these moves until it does become second nature, which will be helpful when trying out new grips. Finish high with your arms apart. You might be surprised to learn that finishing with your arms apart will decrease your power and accuracy. In fact, it's a common mistake among many beginner golfers. The reason is that as you swing back, your arms naturally move away from each other. When you come into impact with the ball, however, your elbows should be pointing toward each other so they're in line with one another. In order to correct this habit, practice finishing with your hands slightly apart so that they are directly above or below the ball, then bring them together when they get to the top of their swing arc. It takes practice, but following these steps will help ensure that you finish high by keeping your arms together in impact. Fix these 10 nasty habits that decrease your golf score. Now, when it comes to fixing these bad habits, there's really two ways that we can do it. We can either work on them while we're on the course, or we can work on them at home before we go out onto the course. If you don't practice enough, then you're going to have problems with consistency in your swing, which means that every time you swing the club it might be different than the last time you swung it. And if your swings are all different each time, then obviously they won't be consistent with each other, which means that they won't even be consistent with themselves. Conclusion. We see all of these 10 nasty habits in golfers. They affect their ability to hit the ball consistently and accurately. The more you practice these bad habits, the harder it is to break them. That's why it is so important that you know what they are and how to stop them before they become permanent parts of your swing. If you do find yourself struggling with any particular aspect of your game, don't hesitate to reach out for personalized advice from any professional.
If you enjoy our videos, please like and subscribe.